Got another live one here. Shout out to the Wolf Pack. I'm trying to, make a couple different kind of series, and I want to make sure that I'm always leaning heavy into the men's self-improvement type of stuff. So, we got one of the alpha dogs here. I think he calls himself the White Godfather, something like that. Rolo Tomasi. I'm pretty sure he's on some kind of, you know, uh, alphabet letter government group, uh, task force, hit list, something. I don't know, man. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff that they're putting all these guys under and the surveillance, and I don't care. He has a good point on here though about being in shape and how important it is, because I'm telling y'all, I keep saying this. He articulates it better. Who was that on Instagram? I'm gonna get to that, see what she wants. But he articulates it better. But I'm just saying, like, your fitness and your looks matter. Like, it can't be said enough. Your fitness and your looks matter. While you're being distracted to worry about everything else, your car, your clothes, and if your physical vessel can shine through past whatever you're wearing, it don't even matter. That's the best place to be. You don't want the clothes to make the man. You want the man to make the clothes. Look, women will start talking like labels don't matter, and I like that you do your own thing and you have your own type of style. They'll say things like this when they like you and they know you're not dressed in the superficial way that they normally would perceive as attractive. You're just so attractive, it don't even matter what you're wearing. You're gonna make anything look good. So, we're gonna go ahead and what I'm saying, let the rational male do what he do. You guys smash that like button. Gonna drop different kind of clips, mixing things up, what I'm saying, just trying to give you guys variety. All right, let's go.
Guide to. If you're gonna start out working out, people go, "Oh, Rolo, what should I work on first?" Blah 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 blah. All right. Oh, never skip leg day. Okay. Well, you want to work on a V taper is what you're looking for. So what does that include? That includes starting with the shoulders.
Absolutely.
Your back. You want to get your lats going. You want to get serrats going. You want to get your abs going. You want to be able to look like a wedge, right? At the very least, because most guys look like something like this. They look like. Here's what they look like. They look like this dude right here.
Also, a couple guys in the comment section requested I do a rational male review. For some reason, I thought that was a different person. You know what I mean? And then I looked it up, and it's Rolo Tomasi. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who this person is. But in my live streams, a couple guys have brought him up, and they keep bringing up rational male. I don't know why they don't call him by his name. Maybe his name is flag. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Here, these dudes are like average. These are average guys right here. Hold on, let me put this in. These are average dudes. Okay. This is the average guy right here. That dude. Like when chicks say body fat, or what is say dad bod, is that a dad bod? I would say that's a fact. I could probably stand. That's probably what 30%, maybe more than that. That's technically overweight right there. That is technically overweight, and no amount of tattoos and no amount of facial hair, and no, I don't care how long you grow.
To what he's saying,
you're not going to get. It's not going to compensate for your skinny ass legs and your giant fucking belly. Simple as that. Let's see if I can find another dude here. And these chicks are not going to win any beauty contest, but if you look at the difference between this dude and this is what you're expected to do in this video, by the way, and compare that guy to this dude right here.
Hates this, but there's nothing to stop it. There's a new lighter out there, and it's got the firepower of a military-grade flamethrower.
There's no compare. There's absolutely no. You think 30%? I think so too. It's probably about 30% body weight. Yeah. Anything over 20% is overweight. Yeah. Only 30. Right there, probably pushing 25. That right there, take your shirt off. Man bun. Your beard and your man bun will not compensate for you having a bad physique. Sorry.
No, it's always those.
They won't be the chicks won't be doing this.
It's always those dudes with the man bun that be all, You know what I mean? Maybe they're compensating because you know what I'm saying. Like when they got that man bun going on, them dudes be weird shape too. It's weirdness going on here, man.
To this guy. They're not taking video of that guy. They're going, damn, he's hot. I'm fucking.
And women don't even like that man bun stuff. So I don't know what that's about, man. Like women don't even like that.
I gotta put this up on the gram. Now, before you got, and I know I'm gonna get this in the comments. So I'm this dude right here. Notice that they have beards. All these dudes have beards, right? You know, to compensate. No chin, probably, or they have no jawline. You know, and here's another dude, right? Now this guy's not bad. He could probably get in shape probably within like 3 or 4 months. But at what point do you kind of go, maybe it's not so much the you know, extenuating fact. Now this guy doesn't have like a beard. Okay, so he's probably in better shape than the other guys are. So put that back. Okay, so there we go. What'd you say? Rollo, I had over 50 pounds.
Sounds like he might be a little bit compensating. Because I just noticed he ain't got a beard. So sometimes, especially with dudes, man, whatever they're a little bit insecure about, you know what I mean, they'll you know what I mean, a whole lot of somebody else.
At one point, now lifting heavier, and now women at the gym walked up to me and said to me, your chest is bigger. Yeah, you'll get those things. You will get that. So I have to relate something, a recent experience. Now, I have been doing what they say, money, muscles, and game, right? Oh, you should don't chase women, chase excellence. Well, what does that entail? Chasing money, chasing muscle, or chasing game? Or, like, how are we going to work this out, right? I would argue, and if Mike wants to have this conversation in the future, I'd really like to have some conversation here about this. I'm going to argue right now that looks are a status. How do I know that? Because if you change your body habits, if you change your look, if you put on an extra 30 pounds of muscle and you drop 30 pounds of fat, people will treat you differently because you have entered a different status. You have entered into bodybuilder status. When I walk in to Powerhouse Gym, I don't feel out of place standing next to somebody.
Okay. So like he's talking more on the bulkier side, right? Because he's still an alpha. So they just like putting on mass. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's even, you know, he's on some trim baloney or something like that, or trim balone. What do you call it? Whatever it is, man. TRT or human growth hormone. Whatever he said that he's on, right? You can try to work on putting on that mass like that, but man, I'm telling you, dude, like lighter weights, smaller frame, that's really the only way you're going to have a V taper anyway. You're not going to really have a V taper if you're mass bulking it out there, man. But like what he's saying, like looks is a status at this point. And I'm saying this because as I'm putting on more muscle and I'm getting more ripped, like women can't even control themselves around me. Because I already had my, I'm not even trying to brag, but I already had my face game down. You know what I'm saying? I had my face game together, and then now I'm getting my body together. So like women, they can't even, like, for example, man, I go to my son's physical therapy place, hospital, whatever, doctor's office. Man, those women in there cannot keep their composure. They're always trying to find a reason to touch me. I don't even be knowing these women. They're always finding a reason to put their hand on my shoulder. If I'm sitting down, put their hand on my thigh. You already know if a chick putting her hand on your thigh, you already know what that is, man. And I'm just sitting there. And then like yesterday I was in there for his physical therapy, and I was in my phone because I just put a couple of videos out before I went there. And I was looking at the progress of it in YouTube Studios, and I was also looking at some other content. And every time I looked up from my phone, women were looking away. And after a couple times, I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way that they're looking away every time I look up. That has to mean that they're looking at me. There's no way. The first couple times I let it go, but after the fourth and fifth, and it's every time I looked up, and it's nothing but women in there. It's nothing. It's like God's like, yeah, I know you want to be around some women. It's nothing. Even the women getting their physical therapy is women. So it's like women, PTs, and then women that are getting physical and they were all looking. Right now, you could be like, oh, maybe they're looking because you're a single father in there with your kid or whatever. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or they just can't help but look at your boy, man. I'm up in there. I'm always wearing something fitted, and I'm up in there looking good. And you don't know how good you look to women. They'll never tell you. They'll never tell you. You have to catch them doing stuff. Women aren't friendly, the modern woman, to men they don't find attractive. They're just not even friendly to them. So if you have a woman being friendly to you, 9 times out of 10, she finds you attractive. But being attractive, that's why we're always making videos. Being attractive is a certain level of status. And the more attractive I become, I'm using it to my advantage, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, one of my cousins told me I'm out here setting up thirst traps, whenever I work out on TikTok or whatever. I don't care what you call it. I'm using what I have the same way that women do. I'm just doing it against women. Like, look, if you get yourself to be fit and you got your face together, look going on, you better be using that to get women worked up in your favor. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It'd be a waste, right? And once you get to that certain level of attractive, when you're talking to a woman, you can tell that she can't keep her composure with you. Not just, speaking of the stuttering or whatever, she'll have a hard time looking at you. She won't want to look at you too much because you're lost in your eyes. I'm telling you, looks is a status. This guy definitely knows what he's talking about on this subject right here for the most part. I don't know what this beard thing is he got going on, but you know what I'm saying? The looks will get you a status, and women will look at you differently when you get in shape. We talk about it all the time.
Else who's a lifter right now, because I know I look good. I know I have muscularity. And of course the joke is this, and I've made this joke myself, is like what is the meme? The meme is the guy going, oh, well, I'm dreaming of being like more like a guy's like skinny fat, right? That's like the cartoon. The guy's skinny fat and he's dreaming of like all the chicks who are going to love him once he gets yoked. They show him working out. He does all this shit, does his cardio, does his lifting, does his, I don't know, kettlebells, whatever the fuck they are. And then he's got the muscles, and it's a bunch of guys coming around him going, hey, bro, what's your stack?
This guy has his humor, man. Kettlebells. He lifts weights. He knows what it is, right? It's just stuff that he don't too much use or care for, But yeah, man, that's I catch little stuff like that, man. People's humor. I mean, I catch it.
Hey, man, what's your diet like? What's your lifting? What's your your bench pressing? What's your deadlift? And it's all these guys that are more impressed with the muscularity than it is the girls, because those guys think that that's thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, the reason that that's a meme is because it's gay and false. Okay. Women notice. How do I know? Because they're the ones taking the fucking video of the dude on the fucking beach, right? And that's just one kind of, I'm using this as a very over the top. Yes,
hey,
I
what's
know.
Going on, fam? What's going on?
Example. People go, well, he's wearing red pants. He's a brother. He's black. He's in shape. All these white girls want the black dude, blah, blah, blah. However you want to justify this and like layer on all the cope that you'd like.
That's the main reason why he made it on this list, man. He had that black dude in his thumbnail. I'm like, all right, I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real. He ain't over here in denial. You know what I'm saying? He ain't in denial. He know what it is.
The fact of the matter is the dude is in a different social status than those fat fucking white guys that are sitting right there watching this guy just simply walk by.
Do your sheets have these?
Did you know that traditional sheets are covered?
All right, we're not.
And all this dude is he's probably, and I understand he's got a videographer that's watching this whole thing. This is if you're going to start out, I just answered this for a guy too. If you're going to start out working out, people go, "Oh, Rolo, what should I work on first?" Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I've never read any of his books. I've never read any of those power books, um, artist seduction books. I haven't read none of the stuff. None of it. I haven't watched anybody's content. So I've seen these people. I know who they are by name, but I don't watch their content because my thing about it is it's nothing against them. But if you watch like Lil Wayne or Eminem, they don't watch other dudes that do what they do. They don't listen to their content. They don't really watch them like that. It keeps them authentic. They don't want to see it as a competition. They don't even look at other people's content, video. So that's the way that I am. We're all doing the same thing basically, believe it or not. So I don't watch their stuff because I don't want to get influenced by them. We're human. If you watch stuff, you'll get influenced. So I don't watch people. If I watch anything, it'll be a woman talking. I'm not gonna get influenced by a woman. So, what I'm saying, I can watch her, but I don't watch any of them. But yeah, I know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And they're appreciated for what they do. But if you're a man in America and you've gone through divorce, or you're a man in America and you built yourself up, all the stuff they're saying is stuff you've done. And they know it. They can look at my channel and tell, either think that I'm copying what they're saying, or they can look at me and tell like, okay, he been through it. He knows. Right. So there's no point in me watching them. I know what they're going to say. I know what they're talking about. So I have no point in it. They're not going to tell me nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like what he's talking about, the V taper, that's the look I go for. That's what I tell y'all to go for all the time. Been saying that. So if I'm not never getting any new information from them, why watch it? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not putting me on to nothing. So that's the reason why I don't really. It's nothing against them. It's just there's no point. I don't want to use their words and stuff. I've already seen some clips. And that's the reason why some people use Coach Greg Adams. Community, right? I don't want to be picking up on anybody else's, ad libs or phrases or anything like that. We're all saying the same stuff. If you're a man and you pay attention to things, you're going to notice the same kind of stuff. And there's only so many words you can use in the human language to describe what you've gone through, especially English. So, kind of start sounding kind of like the same. But yeah, that's the reason why.
Never skip leg day. Okay. Well, you want to work on a V taper is what you're looking for. So what does that include? That includes starting with your shoulders, working on your back. You want to get your lats going. You want to get serrats going. You want to get your abs going. You want to be able to look like a wedge, right? At the very least, because most guys look like something like this. Here's what they look like. They look like this dude right here. These dudes are like average. These are average guys right here. Hold on. Let me put this in. These are average dudes.
Yeah, so this video popped up in my feed and I was watching it this morning. And then I was like, oh, it's pretty interesting. And then I went to his YouTube channel and I looked at a little bit more of his full podcast, which was like 4 hours. So I started watching him. I've seen him on Fresh and Fit and clips, but no, I've never watched like none of their content. When stuff pops up, I don't want to watch all of it. So I'm watching this fresh with y'all. I only watched like some of it and I'm like, oh, and I went to the podcast and skipped around and see what he was about, see if he was like weird or he was saying something crazy that I might get flagged for. He wasn't really saying nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I went to his comment section and they were talking about his traffic's getting derailed. And I'm like, man, he's getting it worse from YouTube than me. So I'm like, well, shit. I mean, that brother going through the same thing I'm going through. So I was like, I'm put him up on my channel. I don't give a damn, If YouTube is shadow banning him and all that kind of crazy stuff, yeah, I'll put him on here too. He knows what I'm going through.
Okay. This is the average guy right here. That dude. Like when chicks say body fat or what is say dad bod, is that a dad bod? I would say that's a fat guy. That guy could probably stand like that's probably what about 30% body fat, maybe more than that.
No.
That's technically overweight right there. That is technically overweight, and no amount of tattoos and no amount of facial hair and I don't care how long you grow your fucking beard, you're not going to get it's not going to compensate for your skinny ass legs and your giant fucking belly. Simple as that. Everyone they dutifully get out of the pool. Jamie Kennedy gets down off of the stand line. Is it staged? It's staged to the point where the guy is walking around and he has a cameraman. That's probably the extent of it being staged. So everybody wants to say, oh, it's the evil trying to convince white guys that the black dudes are taking their women, whatever. Okay, fine. Just go jerk yourself off in the corner somewhere. But the fact of the matter is that these just unscripted, unprompted women are at the very least, they're doing.
See, y'all, they got their struggles too, man. You know what I'm saying? These white guys out here got their struggle. They're always worried about their girl being taken by some anaconda black dude. You know what I'm saying? And they're always feeling like, you know, they're on TV trying to promote that. Whereas he could see past that to see what it was really about, showing that fit men will take your woman, you know, period. Any fit man. You know what I'm saying? If you're in shape, and if you're going to be in shape, you're going to probably have something going on with your face game. Like you're doing some kind of skincare routine, you know, got a beard or lined up, some scruff or whatever. Got your hair lined up and everything. So, you know what I mean? You're going to take that girl. You're going to have yourself together. And that's what it's really about. That's what the video is really about.
On the white girl overbite, right? Or they're doing they're videotaping. And what are they doing? They're taking it, probably putting it on TikTok. I would love to see if they're like, if there's like those women. I would wonder if you could find that video of that guy on just random women's TikTok saying, oh God, can you believe this guy, right? And then I'm looking here on Twitter and I'm looking at the reactions and the replies and everything. And every single one of these replies is fucking cope. Every single one of them is. Oh, he's only like that because of he's on gear. He's that bit way because, and it's like, you can go and make up whatever excuses you want. The fact is, you don't look like that. You could go to the gym, you could lift, you could be that dedicated to say, oh, well, he won the genetic lottery. Maybe so, but muscles don't just jump on your body like that because of the genetic lottery. He still has to go work out. He has to have some sort of physical. You got to move your fucking body at some point. And that's the other thing I get all the time. Well, Rolo's on TRT. That's why he's all jacked. Yeah, they don't just muscles don't just fucking jump on your body because and even on gear. I mean, you're going to put on some muscle, obviously, but you're not going to get that kind of.
At least he's being honest. I knew it was something. Yeah, TRT. At least he's being honest and telling y'all that he's, you know, taking something. You know, I don't know what age what he is. He's probably in his 50s or something like that. Maybe late 40s. But a lot of these guys will just lie and be like, oh yeah, I'm natural. Dude, come on, man. You know, like you can always tell like a natural physique like mine compared to somebody on gear. You know, I'm not as jacked as somebody on gear. You know, I have just a natural ripness to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Muscularity, unless you're actually working out, unless you're actually doing something. And I think that's probably the thing that gets everybody else, is that it reminds them that they're not doing jack shit. And so when the guy's sitting there and he's like 30% body fat and he's looking there like going, you know, I thought women wanted a funny, nice guy. Let me tell you something. Like I keep seeing this all the time. It's like there's actually another study. I think Rolf Dengen like just posted this about like maybe 6 or 8 months ago. It's women want a funny guy if he's good looking. The humor is most definitely an attractive quality in a man, but he's got to be good looking, or else you're never going to find out how funny that dude is.
Facts.
And that's why I keep saying looks are status. They create a quality of status. They create a form of status, and it's a form of status that is more difficult to achieve than anything else. You can go and win the lottery and have status of a rich guy. You can go and be a crypto genius and make a shit ton of money, and that's going to give you some sort of affluence. And
the physical presence status is the hardest status to get to and maintain. Out of the money, out of the nerd game, like he's saying, out of the charm, the physical presence. And that's the reason why it's the strongest. That's why women go to it the quickest, because it's the hardest to get. and the hardest to maintain. You have to work out hard. You know, everybody don't work out like me. I work out almost every day, but you have to work out hard to get to that. And there's only one way to get it. Even if you're taking gear, you still have to work out. I imagine I'm all natural. I don't know. One thing I take is sea moss. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of work involved, and I work my butt off and I have to stretch just as much as I'm working out. Or otherwise, I don't know what I feel like the next day. It's a lot of work involved. And women recognize that. It's just like a instinctive thing. Like they can just look at the work you put into yourself with just your physical representation. And that lets them know a lot about you. I'm trying to tell you.
Some sort of status. Are you ready for the responsibilities and consequences of that? Well, that depends on the individual. But one thing I can tell you right now is you only get a good body, you only get a good physique one fucking way. And that's like going and working at it and putting in the work and putting in the effort. Are there force multipliers? Yes, TRT is a force multiplier. Gear is a force multiplier. Working out every day, going to a real fucking gym, your workout partners, the people you surround yourself
every day.
with,
I do be cheating the system.
your cardio. And yes, I think cardio is necessary. And
absolutely,
you know, on and on and on. Right? How are you taking care of yourself? What are your supplements? What are your it's dedication. You know how I know? Because that's all I've been doing for the last about year and a half now. So when I talked about
that stack stuff, you know, I don't take stuff. I do take supplements though, and I do have a bunch of supplements I take in the sense of I'm a holistic person, so I'm taking all natural stuff. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that grows in nature, different kind of root, stuff like that, different kind of oil, stuff like that, seed oil, whatever. I don't. So, and I have to take this stuff every day. Every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's work in this, man. Like it is work. That's why I love doing it, because it's a process. You don't just work out. You have to stretch. You gotta eat right. You gotta take your supplements and everything that you're supposed to. Sleep properly. Get plenty of sunlight. Ground yourself. Like I said, the stretching is so important, man. It's a lot to it. And the more ripped you are, or the more in shape you are, the more women notice it. That's why women, like guys that go to the gym and put on some muscle, but still have a gut. You're going to get treated like that, man. But if you get rid of the gut and you got a six pack or something, women are going to acknowledge it. Trust me. I ain't lying to you. Trust me. It's a whole different reaction you get from women completely.
Like when we talk about money, muscles, and game, I said, you know what? Now that I'm on this stuff, I want to apply myself towards the muscles side of money, muscles, and game. And guess what? I get yoked. I get treated differently. I'm in a different status as a result of my effort that I put into that.
That's the reason why I had to jump on this video. I'm like, this man knows what he's talking about. Like, you know, however you're getting there, I don't judge anybody. Like, you're taking gear, you know, that do what you have to do. Be healthy as you can for your kids and to last as long as you can. I don't judge anybody. Who am I to judge? I don't care. I don't care. What is it? I don't even understand guys that do judge guys that be taking stuff. If they do what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just my journey to do it natural. I like the pain. Okay? I like the pain. I don't know what else to say about it, man. Just like I like the struggle, you know, I like the pain. So I don't want to take anything. I want to work out hard. Dude, look, I work out. I lift weights. I do Insanity. I do P90X. I do calisthenics. I do HIIT workouts. I do all kind of stuff. I go for runs, sprints. I just love this body of mine. I love the blessing that God gave me, and I take advantage of it. And the more you work your body, the better shape you're in, the better your mind works, the better you look. So obviously God wants you to work it. So I work the hell out of my body naturally. And I only do it naturally because it's just an ego thing of mine. If my ego wasn't where it's at, I would probably, you know, use some stuff. You know, I'm just now I'm gonna do this all natural. That's it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not trying to get too super big or whatever. I'm in my natural frame, just trying to get my natural frame to its peak. That's it.
That particular the trifecta, right? Money, muscles, and game. Muscles. Boom. Okay. Now I'm in the muscles club. Great. Awesome. Swolo Tomasi. You guys are calling me Swolo Tomasi and have been doing so for quite some time. Thank you very much. I will own that. I don't know about the Godfather, but I'll take the Godfather, but I will definitely take Swolo Tomasi. Thank you very much.
I don't know about that, homie. I think that's taken already. I'm pretty sure Kevin Samuel's going to be the Godfather always. You can be the grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that.
But I get that. And of course, everybody wants to shit on me for that. But I get that because I put the effort in to do that. Your looks are a form of status. So when Mike says it's all about status, it's all about pre-selection. Yes. And nothing pre-selects you quite like having a body like the dude, like the brother in this fucking video right now. Nothing there is no better form. I've said this before. There's no better form of peacocking than having a good physique. Your bulletproof game and your bank account and everything else that you have does not make you look any better when your shirt comes off.
That's a fact.
I don't care if you own the yacht that all the fucking beautiful women are dancing around in fucking thongs. If you're a fat fuck, you're a fat fuck. You can have women want to get with you as a result of those things, but they're with you for a different kind of status. Okay. You could say, well, they want me for my status. I'm famous. I have a lot going for me. I got a lot of money. I've got the two of the trifecta, right? I've got money and affluence. I usually refer to it as affluence. You've got affluence and you've got game. That might be enough for you to get laid. Sure. But what's better was to have all three. But the most pussy I've ever got in my life is when I've been my poorest, because I looked good. I had a talent. I played a character that women wanted to fuck. And that character didn't need money. That's why whenever I hear these guys saying, well, you got to get your money on point. You got to get to some point. I had game and I had something. I looked good. Didn't have to have I rented a 1-bedroom studio apartment in North Hollywood. That was my residence. Didn't have to worry about it. You can be rich. You can have affluence, but you can't make a woman want to fuck you.
Facts.
You can buy pussy all day long, but you cannot buy desire. You cannot buy a woman who wants to fuck you. Women aren't sucking your dick on, I love your bank account. If they are, they're there for something else. That's the difference between transactional sex and validational sex.
All right, calm down.
Being in good shape, and anybody who has gone from being out of shape to being in shape understands what I'm talking about, because there's a certain status that comes along with that. Because as I've said before, and I think this is another part of Reignite that I'm getting into right now. Reignite, my program Reignite, is a more holistic approach to the red pill. There are, I hate this fucking word, but there's nothing else really works. There are synergies between money, muscles, and game. If you go from being a fat fuck to being in shape, people are going to treat you differently. How is that going to affect your game? If you get a promotion at work or whatever, or let's just say your crypto takes off, or let's just say that your business takes off. However, you come into more money. How is that going to affect your game? How is that going to affect you in other ways? How is that going to affect your status? How is that going to affect how is that going to affect your overall frame? Because money, muscles, and game.
That's why I'm telling you guys that you should always be striving to be the best version of yourself that's going to be successful, and you visualize that. But you need to, in order to visualize it, you have to position yourself to be in the best version of yourself, working on your speech, your way you think, your way you relieve stress, you learn stuff, your body, your face. So that way, whenever divine destiny kicks in and divine timing and your abundance comes rolling in, you already are in that physical and mental state to accept it, be ready for it, and move forward, instead of having to get it and then get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? It's just about pre-planning, having yourself together, before you get to your destination. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to do. That's why I'm always self-improving, because when I get to the money, when I get there and the clout and all that, I'm already going to look the part. I'm already there mentally and physically.
Are what encompass or what constitute frame. If you want to build a world into which that women want to join, associate themselves with, it is the combination of money, muscles, and game, health, wealth, and relationships. When women say, I want a guy who's got the complete package is optimizing and maximizing the potential of all three of the trifecta. So how is an improvement, it could even be a sudden windfall of money. It could be a sudden improvement in game. It could be, the only place where it can't be all that sudden is in your physique. It takes time. You want to know why when guys go into MOA, or they come see me, or they come see, I don't know, half a dozen other guys who are probably Rich Cooper too, right? They go and see those guys and say, Rich, Rolo, what do I do with myself? How do I make myself, like, where do I start? In the fucking gym. Because that's going to affect a lot of other aspects of your life. Get those endorphins flowing, get that runner's high going, feel better about yourself. And once you have put in, I'm not saying you don't do that simultaneously.
Look, I know I keep pausing it. That's what I do. I was talking to my son's mother last night, man. And you're like, where you going with this? You talking to your baby mom last night? Yeah, I was. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to improve my relations with her for my son. So I was talking to her, man, and she was talking about how she needs like 8 hours of sleep. All I need is 4.5 hours, man. I can get by with 3.5, but 4.5 is peak. I was telling her that if I sleep 8 hours or 6, I get bags under my eyes, around my eyes gets black. I feel foggy minded. I feel drowsy all day. I feel the opposite of what I should. That's how I know that we're not all built the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is built different. And I think a lot of it comes from, I'm excited to get up. Like every day, I can't wait to rise and open my eyes, because I'm going to hit my routines. I'm going to get up. I'm going to work out. And something about working out extremely hard in the AM. It's something about that sets the pace for your day, because every man needs a sense of accomplishment every day. So if you're getting up early, you should feel accomplished doing that. Because when I was telling her what time I get up, she was like, that's crazy. You get up that early? Like, yeah, every day. I got to, because my son gets up at like 6:30. So I got to get up at 3 so I can get everything knocked out, be all up in my own mind without having to worry about making sure he eats or whatever. But walking out in nature, working out extremely hard, it pushes you. And like he's saying, it activates different parts of you. Like I always say, taking yourself out of your comfort zone on a regular basis, it stimulates growth in a crazy way. It's hard to describe, but it stimulates growth. And once you're always outside your comfort zone, that becomes your comfort zone. So now the uncomfortable becomes the comfortable. So anything comfortable is super comfortable. The perspective changes, man. But it's necessary for you to be pushing yourself. You have to be pushing yourself.
With like learning game, being more socially savvy and everything, you have to, obviously. But the part that you have the most control over, the part that you have most direct control over, is your physique. Go in there and do, unless you are physically disabled, unless you're walking around with a colostomy bag, okay, get in the fucking gym. Unless you have some sort of like congenital disease, right?
What's going on?
Unless you are like physically deformed and you got fucking a toe growing out of your fucking forehead, go to the fucking gym. Because that's going to affect how you view the rest of all the rest of that stuff. That's going to be the starting point of everything, because that's what takes it's what you have the most direct control. It's what you're going to feel the best about, but it's also going to be the one factor that like builds the rest of those other things, money and muscles and game. Because once you get into that status, looks are status. If you are like, there's guys I know who are 6 foot tall. Mike Sartain, despite all the criticism to the contrary, is in fact 1 inch taller than Rollo Tomassi. I'm 5'11". He is 6 feet tall. But you know who's taller than him? Justin Waller. Scotty Eichler is you guys don't even know who Scott is. You will know who Scott is. Trust me, with by 2025. Myron Gaines, 6'3". Robert Kiyosaki, 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around there. I am not in the 6 foot status category, and I probably never will be. So are there other ways that I can like sort of like get, be considered in the cool kids club? Yeah, of course I can. I can make more money. I can be better at game. I can do, I can still, I'm in better shape than most of those guys. Yeah, Myron's in pretty good shape. But yeah, I'm not going to like that status. That's how it's going to work. Okay. How you go and I think one of the greatest tests of a guy is how are they going to be able to sort of like compensate for deficits. And like when people go, like you'll notice this. Now I'm not suggesting this is you, but if you have let's say you got a lifted truck, right? And you got these big giant rims and everything. What's the first thing chicks say about you? I must be compensating for a small pee-pee, right? Do I have that? Pee-pee? He has a small pee-pee because he has a giant.
I'm going to get into surfing once I get to Thailand. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait.
Gigantic Ford F-2500, 250, whatever the fuck it is, it's lifted.
It's a Ford Raptor.
And everything. He must be compensating for something. There's nothing wrong with compensating.
Well, first of all, they might be saying that about certain men. But they ain't gonna be saying that about no black man. I can guarantee you that much. Now they might say I'm compensating for my height. I'm 5'9", but they ain't talking about not down there.
Everybody does. Women compensate. That's why they get bigger tits. Oh, she only got those big tits because she had small tits. Yeah. Yes. She got a Brazilian butt lift because she has no ass. Yes. Congratulations. You figured it out. But why is that okay? Well, why do we, why is that a thing? And then if a guy has like a lifted truck, then it must be because he's got some kind of like small dick energy.
Well, we know it's gaslighting.
Everybody does. Everybody plays to their strengths, and they've got to find some way to sort of make up for those deficits. And
it's about verbiage, right? I mean, compensation can just be really you doing what you want and not being worried about what anybody else thinks. It's about the perspective of the person, that's speaking whatever. It might be compensation to him. From my perspective, it could just be you doing what you want without being worried about what anybody else thinks, right? So it's just and we know a lot of women will gaslight you on something that's really an accomplishment or whatever, just to make you feel like crap. Okay, so you take what women say with a grain of salt, unless it's somebody that you really trust.
There's nothing fucking wrong with that. It's okay. Oh, he's got short man's disease. Yeah, but he's more built than you. He's in better shape than you. Hide Yamagishi is the
Absolutely.
IFBB world champion from 2023. Got it in Romania too, by the way. And he's 5'9".
Something else I want y'all to pay attention to. Look at who's talking about what, right? So if you have a guy that's my height, that's 5'9", but I'm not running around here talking about 6 foot guys all the time. I'm not insecure about 6 foot something dudes. I'm not concerned. If you have 6 foot something dudes concerned always about bringing up their height and guys shorter than them, then they're insecure. It don't matter that they're 6 foot. They need to reassure themselves and everyone around them, well, I'm 6 foot, so that should imply blah, 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 blah. Well, when you're a man, nothing else. That's why I don't watch other dudes. Nothing else another man has going on means anything to you. I'm going to repeat, when you're a man, nothing else another man has going on, his height, his weight, his money, his game, means anything to you. When you're insecure, you're competing with other males all the time. You're never going to be your truest form, your greatest form, because you're always competing with people that you have no idea their genetic background, the traumas they went through that pushes them into being the greatness they're trying to be, and in their mindset. But you're concerned with trying. No. So again, when you hear people that are always bringing up height, a lot of these guys online, these coaches, I'm 6'1", dude, whatever helps you sleep at night, to think that your girl won't go and hook up with a guy like me, 5'9", you know what I'm saying, with the hard 9, whatever you need to do, right? But no one's asking them about this. And we all know that a lot of women end up with skinny dudes. They'll end up with the complete opposite of what you expect, because women are attracted to what they're attracted to. And you making this whole, it's got to be 6 foot. Women don't say that, but they also say a man has to make $1 million a year to be with her. You know, it's not true. So a lot of times you're hearing men trying to put themselves in a category, well, I'm 6 foot. I don't care what you are, boy. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to make yourself feel better, and you're trying to you're trying to make sure that you're standing out amongst the group by telling the women what you have going on for you that you think should make you stand out. Okay? All right. Congratulations, man. Don't try to make that mean something to me, though. I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. I don't care about your money, your height, or what the hell is it going to do with me? I'm a whole man. You will not project your bullshit insecurities on me to get me to make you feel better about yourself. You're 6 foot. Everybody can see that, dummy. Why are you always talking about it? You know what I'm saying? Just watch. I'm not talking about him. He said he's 5'11", but I'm talking about like these guys that got to watch these podcast guys. Well, I'm 6 foot too. I'm over 6 foot. So that shit. Don't you also have money too? Shouldn't you also have some game too? So are you just needing to reassure yourself by saying it out loud on a regular basis? It's crazy work, man. So I'm just saying, like, women are attracted to what they're attracted to. Don't let no man try to make you feel less than you are by projecting his insecurities on you, by bringing up your height compared to his, when you know how many women you get and how women come to you. He don't know. He ain't never going to know. It's not his business.
8, and he's 50 some odd years old, and he would kick your fucking ass, dude. Dude is yoked, man. He is like a pit bull, but he's not going to be in the Myron Gaines club. he might be in the Roll Tomasi club, because Roll's a manlet. I'm 5'11". I love it how, like, how is it that I'm a manlet at a 5'11"? Like, you can't, unless you're 6, unless it says 6 feet. Oh, so
that's how the dudes around him try to control him. Like, he'll be having good talking points more than likely. I don't watch any of his stuff, but these dudes he's probably talking about will bring up something stupid like height or whatever. That's their way of reassuring themselves that they have something over him. That's why you can't listen to people, and you definitely can't listen to no dude. Y'all don't understand. All dudes look at you as competition. All dudes. That's why I have no friends. Even my one friend Moon will look at me as competition. My one friend Moon will do that. That's why I got one friend. I can tolerate it from one friend, right? But like these other people, they're competing with you at all times. So the more friends you have, the more real hidden enemies you have that are trying to make themselves feel better about themselves around you, learning your ways and how you talk. And they probably look up to it to a certain amount. And then as soon as they need to put you back in your place, well, I'm over 6 foot, and you know all women want men over 6 foot. According to you, motherfucker, I've been getting coochie all my life. No problem. I'll take your girl. See, that's what I'm gonna start saying to these dudes, man. You 6 foot dudes that keep thinking you're safe, I'll take your girl. You're gonna really feel some type of way. I'll take your girl. Oh, I got all this money in the world and I got a big dick. I'll take your girl. I'll take your girl. You know, all that stupid talk is insecurities projected because they know that you're the kind of guy that could take their girl. So they got to just remind you, oh, hold up now. Hold up. I'm 6'4" now. I'll take your girl. I'll take your girl. Because you being 6'4" don't mean that you rocking a hard 9 downstairs. That don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll take your girl. You know what I mean? You crazy.
So we're like we're dressing up the apartment and the studio for Red One Studios down in Las Vegas. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to install one of those like measurement things that they put on the side of the wall at like 7-Eleven or like a convenience store. So if like somebody rips off the store, they know how tall the perpetrator is. I'm going to get one of those so I can like, okay, everybody needs to stand next to this so we can say, okay, Mike is actually 6 foot tall, Rolo's 5'11", you know, and Kyle's 4'2". He's actually. So yeah.
Depends on the day of the week. Could be a Monday, Tuesday. Could be raining. I could be hungry. Maybe I just finished working out. The wind was blowing. The dogs were barking. What reason? You know what I'm saying? What else you want to know? I mean, any reason in the world. Why would I take any of those reasons I just mentioned? The sky is blue and the grass is green. You know what I mean? I'll take a deuce. I'll take, look, man, I'm single right now. I don't ever talk about the guy that took my ex-wife. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? He wanted my leftovers. He wanted my, you know what I'm saying, whatever. That's cool. Right? But I'm talking about in the sense of, which I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about in the sense of. But if you want to go there, we'll dig a little bit deeper. I'm talking about in the sense of the guys that think that they're safe. You'll hear them on these podcast channels talking all the time. Man, this thing be trying to set me up, y'all. Hang on for a second. Yeah, man, I don't think they like this stuff too much. I never had it happen before. Yeah. StreamYard on me, man. Yeah, this dude must be getting like crazy. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Because I'm gonna start putting up more clips of his, man. I ain't never had that happen before. They completely shut down my StreamYard. Completely. That's why it brought me back up with the big screen and everything. I could be doing that too, man. I ain't never had StreamYard, and my son's not here. Like, I'm normally going live when my son's here and he's playing on them video games and stuff. He has a PlayStation. He has that little Oculus headset, and he has a Switch. He be having all 3 of them on, and he ain't even here. Like, they just shut down. They don't like this dude. They don't like you on YouTube, homie. They don't like you. I'm telling you. Absolutely. She's not yours. It's your turn. Appreciate that. You guys smash that like button. Nah, man, they shut me down. I was in the middle of talking to you about why I'm taking these dudes' girl, and then they shut me down, man. StreamYard went down. You could tell it went down because I had to go back into the you got to stage all that stuff before you go in StreamYard. That's why they had me on the big screen. It took the whole shared screen thing out and everything. It shut down StreamYard. Hey, what's going on? No. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging in there through it all. I actually got another clip in here. Since they want to play games, you know what I mean? He's gonna play with me like that. I was gonna wait till the next video to do this, but screw it. Play with me like that.
Money going everywhere. You know how much I spent? Look at this. And I'm hungry. I want snacks. It's like $10 right there. Like, look at this Gucci bag that I bought you. This shit was like $2,000. If I wasn't dating you, I'd probably have so much more money. And my car would
I
probably
appreciate it, my family. I appreciate it.
instead of stock. Do you know how much power I'd be? Why am I with you right now? I'd make so much more power in my car if I wasn't with you. Be fully built.
Then you leave me alone.
100%. I'm dropping you off home right now. We're done.
That's right. Drop her off.
What the fuck? You're gonna break up with me? Yes, I just realized how much more fast my car would be if I wasn't with you. You're a loser. We're going home. All right. You're a loser. You're going home.
My partner gave me what he called his green light. And my friend and I had a wonderful night. We connected. I found out his last relationship had been open and I didn't even know that. And it was so beautiful. I could not wait to tell my partner. I felt so connected to him, so in love. It was one of the two most validating experiences in my life on this journey so far. And so I left my friend's place. I called him immediately. I was like, babe, I can't wait to tell you everything. Thank you so much. Like, this feels so special.
Absolutely.
I'm so grateful. And just silence.
Prefer you drop
and then all he
a
says is,
cash
I
app,
can't
but
believe you did.
I can't believe she felt comfortable
anytime
sharing that egregious story.
So I want to talk about why men of this generation are
Whoa.
Should I tell her, guys? Okay, I'll tell you. With all due respect, young lady, men don't fear women at all. In fact, probably the issue is women don't fear men or respect men at all these days. Your generation offers a tenth of what our mothers provided. Barely cook, clean, aren't integral, dress up for other men not your own, looking for constant attention on social media, offering very little to the relationship and expecting so much to be done for you. You want a man over 6 feet, high-value man. You haven't the slightest clue how to earn a high-value man. Further, most of you were not raised with a traditionally masculine father. You don't know how to treat men. We're not scared. We're just tired of what you don't bring to the table. And you're going to have to fix it, girls. I'm sorry.
He's exactly right. The juice is not worth the squeeze, and men have woken up to the truth.
We're done.
They can keep claiming that it's because men are scared of women. All they want to avoid accountability. But the truth is, it's on them.
$472. Okay, are you going to be paying today? How are you paying? $200-300 worth of shoes and don't even want to pay for the stuff I had to pay for, yeah, because I've been dating this guy.
You can tell she's big.
For about maybe 2 to 3 days.
Listen to her voice.
He can spend $200-300 on some Nike.
That's a big girl. You can tell by her voice. Listen to that voice. Oops.
But he want to help me pay for my baby stuff, so.
Go get your baby daddy to pay for it.
Because God don't like wiggles. You couldn't pay for my baby stuff in his school, and he only 1 year old.
That man needs to run for the hills. The amount of entitlement some of these women have is genuinely crazy to think a man they just met needs to pay for that.
Your age?
26.
25. Should he have any say in how you dress when you come out the house?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna dress how I want.
But you don't think that attracts a certain kind of attention when you're out?
I know the way I dress attracts a certain type of attention, but I mean, my man should be secure, you know?
I think I should take her for who she is.
Yeah.
So if I like her for who she is right now, I should be okay with that in our relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you still want to have girls' nights even if you were in a relationship with him?
Absolutely. I think it's very healthy to have girls' nights. I'm not going to stop hanging out with my friends because I'm in a relationship. Of course, I'm going to prioritize my man, but those are my girls. I'm not going to stop hanging out with them and having girl time.
Do you feel like this would be appropriate to wear on a girls' night out with your girls?
100%. I think it's a...
I already know I'm going to get hate for saying this, but good luck to you, homie. Good luck. You can tell, number one, who's in charge of that relationship from the fucking first second from the first... in under a minute. That's pretty sad, man. You know, there are men out here that have completely lost themselves. Honestly, we're just a lost generation, man. We really, really are. We're a generation without God. You know, what does the Bible talk about? Dressing with modesty, you know, respecting your man. This woman does not respect her man. I can promise you that. And I know I'm gonna get hate. Oh, yeah, you're insecure. Call me insecure all you want. It's called respect, homie. I will never date a woman like that. Ever. I don't give a You guys out here, you want to deal with disrespect? Go for it. You want to deal with a woman who cheats on you? Go for it. Let her go out on the girls' nights. Let her go out and do and have all those fun with her single friends. You see where that lands you. It's a cold game. It's a cold world out here, man. And that's it at the end of the day. Pick and choose wisely.
Men are walking away from dating and marriage, and it's really interesting to see how women are responding to it. And instead of looking in the mirror and acknowledging to themselves that they may be part of the problem, they're saying things like this.
Men can't believe that women are single by choice because men are never single by choice. Same as celibacy. Men are never celibate by choice.
So let's break this down.
First can barely speak English right.
Men can't believe that women are single by choice. Let me assure you, we not only believe it, we know it as a fact. And the majority of the women who are single by choice, it's because they've listened to other women who are also single, usually not by choice. The ones who are sad, bitter, and lonely, and frankly, miserable. And, well, as they say, misery loves company. So these women are running around making videos and talking it up how they're so happy being single when the reality says anything different. Again, this is what women are telling themselves because they don't want to face the reality that men are rejecting them. And it's better to say that men aren't choosing to be celibate, that women are forcing it on them because it makes them feel better and avoid having to face the reality that it's them that are being rejected, that it's men who are indeed walking away. I actually feel bad for women that
he just broke it down. They're mad that men are walking away. See, if you pay attention to patterns, okay, like black women do this, right? When black men are dating outside the race and being successful, getting like good looking white women or whatever, they'll be like, well, you know, you're a sellout, you're a coon. They'll put up some clips of Dr. Umar, this funny looking ass dude that you can't tell whether he's African American or African. He look like a mix between the two. And he'll say some goofy stuff about how he only dates black women, as if that has anything to do with you and your dick, right? It's the same thing, right? They see that as the American women see us walking away, and they're gaslighting us the same way the black women gaslight us when we're walking away and we go to other races. The American women as a whole are doing it, you know, like, oh, he's mad that can't get a woman, and so barely can even speak English, saying all this regurgitated nonsense that she's done heard, right? Because it's hurting their ego that they don't have the options to throw in our face to say, no, I'm still getting a man. All men are running through them and running away. So they can't even get some goofy that looks the part to get online and be like, nah, these dudes are wrong. I'm just fine. No, dudes are running away from them. They're smashing them, running through them, and running away. So they got to get online and control the narrative, because you know the algorithm's in their favor. Whatever they put out gets pushed all the way to the top. So just get out and start venting and whining about men. They're not single, but they really just regurgitate everything that we say. If y'all really pay attention, they just regurgitate what we're saying, that we're walking away and women ain't got no choice. And now they're saying that they're walking away and men ain't got no choice. It's to gaslight you and control the narrative. They don't even care that we're doing it first. As long as the algorithm is behind them, it'll make it seem like they came up with it first. So they just watch us get irritated and then take the words out of our mouth and throw it back at us. And you guys are still dating this trash. That's why every title is going to say leftover until you get it through your fucking heads, man. Every title is going to say that, man.
That they've reached this point where they're so divested in reality that they resort to things like this, that they somehow think it makes things better to say things like this, that somehow men are going to suddenly wake up and be attracted to them because women have hurled insults and demeaned them for years now, when the reality is the exact opposite. Men are saying, we're done, ladies. We're not going to deal with your negativity. We're not going to deal with your toxicity. And the more you double down on it, the more men are walking away. It truly makes me sad that women have reached this point. And the honest truth is they're only going to end up more miserable in the long run, which is the actual goal of many of the women who are perpetuating these myths, because they can't get a man. They know they can't get a man, and they know they never will. It's why they deride the women who have happy, successful relationships as pick-me's, because they know no one, and I do mean no one, is ever going to pick them. But rather than acknowledge their flaws and do something.
And imagine how stupid that is. Imagine how stupid that is. That shows you how women don't think about nothing. Because as women that are picked, you should never let that bother you. You're letting leftovers make fun of you. That'd be like dudes letting other dudes make fun of you for being successful, for getting women, finding a way to be like, oh, you're a player. Oh, you're just a rich guy. You rich guy. Come on, man. It would never work. Dude would be like, damn right. You know what I'm saying? Brokey. You know what I mean? Only women will let women make fun of them for getting picked and then use the vocabulary of being picked as a way to make fun of them. You're supposed to want to be picked, you dumbass fools.
About them, they feel it's better to just go on the attack because, again, they think it makes them strong and independent. When the reality is, it just ends up with them being alone.
Women can do anything that men can do. Prove me wrong.
I don't know. Well played, sir. Well played. And I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer. I only have one or two more clips, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be thinking I'm coming on here with like a million clips or something. I do.
Okay, so hear me out, y'all. So I would like to present to you a verbal flowchart, if you will. If we agree on one part of the argument.
And this is what they do. You see how this woman is just sitting around all day coming up with different ways to try to irritate men and go viral. This is all they do, man.
We can.
This has become the new modern woman thing. This is better than dating for them.
Then move on to the next part of the argument. First part. I think it would be hard pressed to find two people who are exactly evenly yoked when it comes to, you know, how much they make or their finances or what they're worth or their educational background or their status in life, right? Probably would be hard to find two people who are exactly evenly yoked. We can agree on that. Moving on. So if they're not exactly evenly yoked, somebody is going to be dating up and then the other party will be dating down because, again, they're not equal. Can we agree on that? Moving on.
No, we're not agreeing on that.
Historically, women.
No, you're talking to women. We're not agreeing with nothing. Just by you saying we can agree. No, that don't mean that we agree. That's their problem. They're in an echo chamber. Of course, men can date down and men can date up. What are you talking about? Women can date down if they would get out of their ego.
Have been the ones who dated up. And if either one of these parties, male or female, are going to be dating up, I mean, come on, let's just be real. It should be the woman, right? Can we agree on that?
No.
That's probably going to get a lot of y'all, but I'm just going by history. It is what it is. So moving on. If we can agree that I would rather it be the woman dating up than the man.
You're good, bro.
That means the man has to conversely date down. Like, and here I go with the black. I don't give a dang. I said what I said. When I mention black people, I don't shy away from that. Black people seem to be the only community where it's like looked down upon for a woman to want to date up. That's weird. I don't really care.
Nobody cares, man. No, you think as a black woman, the world revolves around you, and you keep thinking that people care whether you date down or up, and no one gives a shit. Reason why you're only married at a 26% rate. You're making stuff up and going viral off of it, but that does not change the fact. It doesn't. Your viral made up babble doesn't change facts. The facts are you get married at a 26% rate, mainly due to your attitude. This kind of stupid shit right here, where you take all the time in the world to make these dumbass videos trying to argue these really silly points that you want to stick by, instead of doing something that's going to be productive and constructive for the community, what you call it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me bring up the community when they're trying to shame you.
Care what y'all say. I'm going with the rest of the world. I'm a woman. I'm dating.
Of course you don't care what we say. That's why you're single. Of course you don't care what we say. You know what I'm saying? We know that. You got to tell us that. You're ignorant as fuck. We know that.
Up, men are conversely going to be dating down. What y'all think about that? Okay, so hear me out, y'all. So I would like to.
This is a form of death without a body. Oh, wow. See, when you
That's
die,
true.
when
That's
you
true.
die, you look at the body.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, I was with my ex and there's a possibility she may not be yours. You laid it all on the table.
I was thinking, some of y'all don't feel shame enough. Like all of this, I gotta give myself grace for it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you should sit in it for a couple more years until you really understand like what you've done. Like bring back shame because y'all need it. I was
We've been
thinking,
talking about this.
some of y'all don't feel shame.
Men have been talking about this, but you guys smash that like button. I got to get a quick workout in, and then I'll be going live again. Today I'll be going live all day. So you'll definitely be catching me on here. I will be dropping pre-recorded videos, which will be clips of live. My apologies if you hear my stomach growling. I am fasting. I don't give a shit. What else? Make sure you guys hit that like button now more than ever. It's super important. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, drop a comment. Let's talk about it, especially with this video getting restarted like it did. I was in the middle of a live stream and StreamYard just restarted on me. Nothing else. I have like a million tabs open. Nothing else. It wasn't my internet restarted. StreamYard got me. I'm telling you guys, man, they don't like that Rolo guy. So, you know what that means? We got to post more clips of them. Must be saying something right if they can't stand them like that. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Love and light. I'm your brother, and I'm out.